Oh, hello, beard buddies and Jed heads. It's me, your old buddy Jed, and I'm here to talk about something that's really aggravating me. As you can see, playing behind me here in just a moment, is Battlefield 4. This is footage of me playing Battlefield 4's Conquest Mode on the PlayStation 4. So let's take a gander, shall we? Over here and over here. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Mind you, this game just came out. Alright, so we go to Quick Match, and you just pick Conquest, the mode that was advertised, They showed it everywhere, at E3 and all the games conferences. They showed this. 32 players on each team, giant battles. Levolution, which is probably the worst title and the not coolest gimmick because it doesn't really do enough. And this is what you get. Joining server, you lost connection. Joining server, and I bet you'll never guess what happens because it was surprising, because it was the first time it ever happened. So while this is going, the other thing is there's been lots and lots of issues with Battlefield 4 since I've got it on the PlayStation 4. The game crashes to the dashboard, cross media bar, whatever they're calling it, constantly. Well, not constantly, but just going through the menus and then pulling up the share button sometimes just crashes it. Trying to do a screenshot or a video recording will just crash it. And then a lot of times once it crashes and you come back, it says your game save is corrupt and it has to start over. Which isn't an issue for multiplayer for the most part because your stats are saved online. But if you're playing single player, it happens to me once a day. There's no way that you're going to play single player. And I've seen people play single player through the entire game, and then at the end, they go, oh, well, this is what I got. And they just show a screenshot where their game got deleted because the game save was corrupt. EA released a statement saying, oh, man, it's the PS4's 1.5 firmware. And then they retracted that statement almost right away. So it's kind of confusing. Is it the 1.5 firmware or is it their game? I don't see any other games having issues. So it's kind of hard to blame a firmware if you're the only game having these kind of issues. Especially when it's the marquee mode you use to advertise your game. It's just unforgivable in my opinion. And I could see if your servers were getting hammered, but everything else loads like that. Alright, look, it's starting to load, right? I was like, wow, it's going to load into a game. And it does load into the game. And then moments later, it crashes. It just goes back to the server screen, which you'll see here in a second. But the other thing is there's modes that are listed that are multiplayer modes that you don't have access to right away. It says you don't have the download content, which as far as I know, the download content's not out, so it's really annoying that you put that there and taunt me as if I don't have the full game. And then the other thing is the season pass is $50 for this game. That is ridiculous for that much content to be coming out and to charge that much in advance. Okay, so the screen pauses here. I'm going to have to switch over here to this video where I'm blown up real big, but you know what? I'm not re-recording this because I'm lazy and I roll with the punches. So there I am. I'm back down here. So I'm just flipping through the menu trying to see if it shows me if anyone else is on this map because the points were even Stevens. So I didn't really know what was going on. And it looks like there's a tank or something moving, but then this is what happens. It just crashes back to the server is not available or whatever it says. And it's just ridiculous. They had to know from the get-go that this mode just did not work on PlayStation 4 or their servers were wrong. Anyone could have tested that. Just one time they just had to try to play it. And they didn't. To me, it feels like they released this game knowing full well that this mode was not going to work. And we just decided they would fix it once they can get around to it. Instead of delaying the game or just saying, you know what, this game mode's not going to be available. And they've said, yeah, here we're releasing a patch for the game and we're upgrading the server, but they haven't given an ETA on when Conquest Mode is going to be up and running. And personally, I'm a little pissed off because I bought this game for that mode. That's what I wanted to see. I was like, oh man, this is next gen. This is what it's going to be. Big worlds, crazy graphics, and this is what we have. Oh, and there's the missing download content that I've talked about. But this is what we've got. We've got an error-ridden game that crashes all the time. And its main modes aren't there. Delete saves. Highest rated game on Metacritic for PS4. And I don't know how, because this is what this is all that you get. And I love it when it works. And I think the Metacritic scores, a lot of them come from a review event that people went to, which if you've checked out my other channel, JustJed05, I talk about review events a little bit. A review event that people went to that is, like a closed off little event hosted by the publisher, in a closed environment, and that's how they reviewed the game. In the real world, it doesn't really work, and it's bullshit, and you shouldn't stand for it. Don't buy this game. If they fix it, I could see picking it up, but right now, don't. Don't listen to the reviews, because they're not right. They did not experience this in a real world environment for the most part. And this is what you get. Errors and download content that's not available. Which that's not even a big issue. The errors are, and the crashing. And them making excuses instead of saying, you know what, we messed up. We're going to fix this and make it right. Anyways, I'm a little peeved off. Need to take it down a notch. And yeah, I'll be posting some more videos soon, as usual. Feel free to follow me at Jed05 on Twitter. Click the subscribe like button down here if you like this stuff, and I'll keep doing videos like this. And other than that, see you next time, beard buddies and Jed heads. Man, my face is hot. Like angry hot.